Hey, Mark from Whole Latte Love. Got Morgan with me today.
Hey everyone, Mark, what are we going to take a look at?
So today we're going to compare a couple of similar machines that actually look very different. We have the Jura Impressa F50 Classic and the Gaggia Anima. This is the Deluxe model. So both these machines can make a milk-based drink. They're not one-touch machines, so if you're making milk-based drinks, you do have to move your cup around a little bit. Both use a device for frothing milk, and they use a pickup tube. So you can use whatever you want. You can stick that milk tube into whatever you want. We've just got it in a frothing pitcher here, or there are optional accessories like this Jura 20-ounce thermally insulated container that can stay out on your counter for a really long time, keep your milk cold, and feed the machine. So first, the aesthetic differences. Mainly plastic construction on the F50 Classic here, plastic up top. There's a little metal up here on a passive cup warming surface and some on the drip tray here. Over on the Gaggia Anima, you have stainless steel up top and on the front, and the metal drip tray as well. Now these are both bean to cup machines, so you've got bean containers here and here. So your beans go in here. You've got a burr grinder on both machines with adjustable grind settings. So you adjust the grind right here on the Jura. On the Gaggia Anima, use a little tool and see the little yellow nib back there. You push down on this. So you've got 5 grind settings on the Anima here, 6 over on the Jura. But both very nice burr grinders in those. A little tip with that, use a finer grind for espresso, coarser grind for longer coffees. So let's get some milk going here. So on both machines, all you do is set a cup under the spout. And over here on the Anima, we'll just select milk froth. Over here on the Jura, we're just going to select the little steam icon there. And you can see both machines, they take a little while to build up the steam to actually froth milk. Now while they're doing that, let's notice how these work. On the Jura here, you do have an adjustable dial here. So you can adjust the amount of air in your froth from basically none all the way up to a rather foamy sort of milk. On the Gaggia Anima, the milk is not adjustable at all. It comes out in one style. And we'll take a look at what that looks like in just a second. You can see that's going here. And once it says it's ready here, I just open the dial over here. So it's like one button over here, and you start getting milk. Here, you select the steam, turn the dial, and then you get your milk. And then when you've got the amount that you want on the Jura, you just turn the dial back, and you stop. And I'm just going to stop this so you just don't have to wash milk. And once you've got the amount of milk that you want over here, you just press the check, and that will stop. So take a little look. That's a super airy froth, and it's not really. It's a nice microfoam on there. Mm-hmm. And over on the Gaggia, it's actually very similar in quality.
That looks good.
Okay, so other big differences about these machines. The water reservoirs are about the same size. You got 64 ounces over here. The Jura is going to come with a Clearo blue water filter that sits right in here. We don't have it in right now, and that's removable. Over on the Gaggia Anima, same thing, removable water tank. Also takes the water filter, which we don't have in, and this is 60 ounces over here. Now, cosmetically, much different in width-wise. So if counter space is a concern, we're at about 8.7 inches on the Gaggia Anima. Over on the Impressa Classic, it's 11 and 2/100ths of an inch, if that 2/100ths matters. Then as far as getting a drink out, so what you have here is just a single or a double button here. And then you select the amounts you want before you make a cup here. You range up to 8 ounces and down to like a ristretto size of ½ ounce. And then when you press 1 cup, you'll get one. Right now, you get 1/2 ounce. But what I'll do is I'll put like 1.5 ounces of espresso in here. The way that you change strengths on this is just by hitting the button repeatedly. So if I do 1, 2, 3, now I'm up to the strongest, the highest dose. You hear that grinder running. You'll hear it do some pre-infusion in a moment, so the pump will come on, then it'll stop. And that just pre-wets the coffee a little bit first. So we'll let that go. We'll come take a look at that. Over on the Anima, it's a little different. This uses a press and hold programming. So for our espresso, and I'll show you how that works right now. So you just press and hold the button you want to program the amount for. And memo comes up in the screen right there. You hear that grinding as well. Then once I've got, you'll see a check mark will come up here indicating that when I've got the amount I want, I should just press this button here. Then it'll store that amount. And it just did a pre-infusion. There's our little check mark. Yeah. I'm sorry?
It was just gonna say, it's the same for all the programming is the same with the
All-
press and hold, so espresso lungo.
Yep, and that'll be the same. Now you can't program, you do have options for milk, froth, and hot water. So that's the amount I want, so I'll do that. Now it'll save that amount for next time. For milk foam and the amount of hot water, that's not programmable. You'll have to stop that by yourself, but you would get the hot water out of here. Same thing over on the F50. If you want some hot water, you just open this and you'll get hot water out of the spout here for things like tea and that. So over here we had, on the F50, we had 5 strength settings. On the Anima, we had three over there, and 5 over on the Anima. So you'd select those right here. See the 5 beans right there. We're at full strength right now. If I go one more, that lets it know that I want to use the bypass doser, which is up here. That you dump your pre-ground coffee into if you wanted a decaf. And then I go up through the strengths here. So that's really nice. And it does a very, very strong one, up to 11.5 grams per brew cycle.
Stronger than you'll find on a lot of other machines.
Yes, yeah, a lot of them go maybe 9, 10. This one goes up to 11.5, so if you like it really strong, that's going to be really nice. What else? We did mention the bypass doser.
I don't think we did.
Oh, okay. So for pre-ground coffee, obviously we usually want to go with our, freshly ground beans, but for pre-ground, you'd use a scoop, you'd fill this with pre-ground coffee, dump it in here. Most people use that for a decaf from time to time. And you have the same over here. And actually on the Jura, now on the Anima, I had to tell it I was going to do it. Over here, it just kind of knows when you open this that you want to use some pre-ground coffee, and it's got the scoop too, so you scoop it in, you can see it says fill powder, that means the ground coffee. But now when I close this, it's going to try and brew because it thinks that's what I wanted. And then it's going to tell me, oh, hey, you didn't put any in there. So the machines are pretty smart.
How about we take a look inside?
Yeah, let's take a look inside because there's another big difference in there. So on the Impressa F50 here, open it up, there's our used coffee drawer.
Holds 16 brew cycles.
16 brew cycles, and then any drip ends up in here, so you dump that in the sink. And now, these machines, all machines have a brew group internally. Some are removable and some are not. On the Jura, it's a non-removable brew group. And let's show you the difference here. Over on the Anima here, so if we pull out the drip tray, we like this drip tray, it's got the raised edges here, so everything ends up, there's no chance of overspilling. We also like the little push buttons here. So open it up, there's our used coffee drawer. You see we've got a bunch in there for some brewing that we've done.
Very similar, that holds 15.
15, and then there's our drip tray to catch any of the drips.
Yeah.
Like the baffles in there so that the water doesn't slosh around when you're going to go empty it. But the big difference, we're talking about that brew group, not removable in the Jura. Over here on the Gaggia Anima, it's removable right here. So you pull that out. Maintenance on this is really simple. You take it to the sink once a week and just run it under some cool tap water. You don't scrub it. You don't use detergents or anything. Just let it dry off. You pop it back to the machine. You're ready to go. Now on the Jura, instead of removing the brew group, what comes with your machine are a couple of these tablets. So these are cleaning tablets for the brew group. So you pop one of these off, you put it into the bypass doser and run a cleaning cycle, and that takes care of cleaning that brew group. Let's see, what else? Let's take a quick look at the menu here on the Impressa. Again, no programmable volumes. You just kind of tell it what you want every time you brew. Now, again, it'll keep this till your next time once you set that. But if we go into the programming mode here, just press the P. We can tell it whether we're using a water filter. Again, this machine comes with one. We tell it what our water hardness is, and between using the filter and the hardness, it'll tell you when it's time to descale the machine. Here's where we set the pre-brewing, that aroma. We can set the temp, we can take a look at that. We have 2 temperatures on the Jura. The Gaggia Anima has 3 temperatures. I like mine hot. And you can have the unit turn on at a certain time and shut off after a certain number of hours. It'll give you information like cups made. You can change languages. And once you got that all set, just press that again and you're ready to go. Over on the Gaggia, you can see the screen's telling me that my drip tray is out, so I'm going to put that back in. And if we go into the menu here, it's really straightforward. You can't program any volumes in the menu. You do that using the press and hold, but we can do our coffee strength temperature here. We have 3 temperatures on the Anima. I like mine hot, so we'll check that. And then we'll move on through and we'll see. We can have it turn off anywhere from 15 minutes to 3 hours after it turns on. change the display contrast. We can enter that water hardness information like we talked about on the other machine and whether we're using a water filter. And then here's where you start the descaling cycle. So let's see, I guess the big differences between the two machines, number one, the width. You do have the adjustable froth here on the Impressa F50 Classic, and you have the 3 coffee strengths and 2 coffee temperatures. Over on the Anima, we have the 5 coffee strengths. Of course, it's a much narrower machine. Both these machines will fit under an 18-inch cabinet. When you raise the door here, that comes up to 17 inches. If you're under the cabinetry on the Impressa F50, just realize that you have to come up to about here to get that water tank out of there for refilling. You also do have some space up here, some passive cup warming up here. You can keep a cup up here, it takes heat from the machine. And so I think, anything else that we missed?
I think you covered it.
Yeah. So again, that's the Jura Impressa F50 Classic and the Gaggia Anima. This is the Deluxe model. And where do we get them, Morgan?
They are both available at wholelattelove.com.
So I'm Mark.
I'm Morgan.
And thanks for watching, guys.
Hey, why not subscribe now for easy free access to more videos on everything coffee, brought to you by wholelattelove.com.
Hey, Mark from Whole Latte Love. Got Morgan with me today.
Hey everyone, Mark, what are we going to take a look at?
So today we're going to compare a couple of similar machines that actually look very different. We have the Jura Impressa F50 Classic and the Gaggia Anima. This is the Deluxe model. So both these machines can make a milk-based drink. They're not one-touch machines, so if you're making milk-based drinks, you do have to move your cup around a little bit. Both use a device for frothing milk, and they use a pickup tube. So you can use whatever you want. You can stick that milk tube into whatever you want. We've just got it in a frothing pitcher here, or there are optional accessories like this Jura 20-ounce thermally insulated container that can stay out on your counter for a really long time, keep your milk cold, and feed the machine. So first, the aesthetic differences. Mainly plastic construction on the F50 Classic here. Plastic up top. There's a little metal up here on a passive cup warming surface and some on the drip tray here. Over on the Gaggia Anima, you have stainless steel up top and on the front, and the metal drip tray as well. Now these are both bean-to-cup machines, so you've got bean containers here and here. So your beans